Okay, I guess the first thing we'll cover is an unfortunate incident that we had this past weekend concerning two of our guys. And really the bottom line there is we're very, very fortunate and blessed that they're both okay. And, could have been a lot worse. Could have been a lot worse. And so one has already been released from the hospital. Marcel Brooks Brown, and then Lowe should be released within a week or so. And so it was a bad deal, unfortunate, something that you hate to see ever, but it happened, and we've got to move forward, and we will. And so that's really the extent of that. As far as the game, I thought we did some good things. Still got a lot to work on, still have our share of deficiencies, but we're 2-0 right now, which obviously is the desired goal after a couple weeks into the season. And we just got to keep working. Got Fresno State coming up, road trip, first road game of the year, so it'll be the first road game for a lot of our players. And we got to be able to handle that the right way. If you want to be a good football team, you got to play well on the road. And so that's where we're at. So open it up to questions.
What challenges does the first road game of the year present for the team?
Well, first of all, just the mechanics of being on the road. You're not at home. Obviously you're in a foreign stadium. You're in a different hotel. The routine's a little bit different. And so the key is that your players understand that you're going on the road for one reason. That's to try to win a football game. It's a business trip. It's not a sightseeing tour or anything like that. And so as long as your players have the right mentality, which all our veterans know exactly how to operate on the road and what's expected, and the new guys just got to follow suit.
I see Kendall's going to be showing up here. Can you talk about preparation? Is it going to be different for him this week as opposed to a previous week?
If he's our quarterback, then then things will be tailored to him, and so we'll find out. We got some things that are not certain right now, but what you want to do is whoever the quarterback is you got to play to his strengths and set things up to fit his skill set. And so we'll just see how the week progresses.
Kyle, can you talk just about what Kendall's skills and are, what his strengths are?
Okay. Well, first of all, he and Travis are not dramatically different. I mean, they're both very mobile. Kendall probably does a little more with his legs than Travis. Travis probably does a little more with pocket stuff than Kendall does as far as the throwing game. But they're both extremely intelligent. They both fit our system very well. And like I said, there's more common ground than there is differences, and so it won't be a dramatic change regardless of who's in there.
Britton Covey's already been on the field quite a bit as a true freshman. Yep. Going into this year before the game started, did you expect him to contribute this much this early?
I hope so, and we hope so as a staff. From what we saw when we recruited him and what we saw all fall camp. I was raving about him all through fall camp, and I think that's translated onto the field so far in game situations. And he's done a great job for us. He's our leading receiver right now, and has had an impact. And then also the punt return game, he's had an impact there.
We saw Chase get one rep in Friday's game. Are you expecting to utilize him a little more this year, especially if Travis doesn't play this Saturday?
Well, you want to use your good players. You want to play your good players. Chase is one of our good players, and so he probably should have played more on Friday night. And going forward throughout the rest of the season, he's going to be have a role and be part of our offense, and that's just something you want to do on all three phases: special teams, offense, and defenses. You got good players to give them opportunities to play.
Coach, your special teams have been quite mediocre this year. Have you been able to put your finger on what maybe the difference is this?
Well, yeah, they have been very average. Although I think Tom Hackett is as disappointed as he is in his punting game so far. I think he's leading the Pac-12 in punting individually. I think we're second or third in net punt. But in the return game, I haven't really had a chance to get a lot underway. Britton had one nice return on Friday night, but not much has gone on there. And same with kickoff return. We've faced a couple kickers that have done a nice job of kicking most of their balls out of the back of the end zone. And so, yeah, we just haven't so far through 2 games had the impact that we had last year, but the season's still early. I think things will pick up, and we believe in those guys. Andy Phillips was perfect on his place kicks Friday night. Hit a couple kickoffs, but yeah, we haven't been as dominant as we were last year, but I think things will pick up.
Coach, the Pac-12 had a proposal announced on Friday that they would seek to have athletes use their name and likeness kind of to monetize themselves, in non-athletic venues. As a former athlete and as a coach of these athletes, do you support that measure?
Yeah, explain a little more about why this is news to me too. What they?
Yeah, so it would just be using their image and likeness for commercial gains.
Just Pac-12 players?
Yeah, it's the Pac-12 that
proposing it.
it.
I think these guys should get everything they can. Personally, I mean, they're putting their bodies on the line week in and week out, and generating a lot of revenue for a lot of different people. And I think they need we need to take care of them as best as we possibly can.